Today's review is The Old Guard 2 from 2025. The Old Guard 2 is a sequel that struggles to capture the magic of its predecessor. Directed by Victoria Mahoney, this film attempts to continue the story of Andy and her team of immortal warriors, but it falls short in several areas. The plot revolves around Andy, played by Charlize Theron, who is now grappling with the loss of her immortality. This intriguing premise, however, is not explored with the depth it deserves. The film opens with a high-octane sequence in an Italian villa showcasing the kind of action that fans of the first film might expect. Yet, despite the slick choreography and intense scenes, the film quickly loses its momentum. The narrative becomes bogged down with convoluted lore and underdeveloped characters. The introduction of new immortals, such as Tuar, played by Henry Golding, and the villainous Discord, portrayed by Uma Thurman, adds layers to the story but not necessarily clarity or engagement. One of the film's significant issues is its script, penned by Greg Rucka and Sarah L. Walker. The dialogue often feels forced and the character arcs lack emotional weight. Andy's existential crisis about her newfound mortality is touched upon but never fully explored, leaving a gap where there should be emotional depth. Similarly, the character of Niall, played by KiKi Layne, is reduced to a plot device rather than a fully fleshed-out character. The action sequences, while visually impressive, lack the emotional stakes that made the first film's combat scenes so compelling. The choreography is there, but the heart is missing. The film's pacing also suffers, with long stretches of exposition that slow down the narrative and make the 105-minute runtime feel longer than it is. The film's production values are high, with a glossy finish and a variety of international locations. However, this sheen cannot mask the lack of substance beneath. The cinematography and music, while competent, do not leave a lasting impression, failing to elevate the film beyond its surface-level appeal. The Old Guard 2 feels like a middle chapter, setting up for a future installment rather than standing on its own. This approach leaves the audience with more questions than answers and a sense of incompleteness. The film's ending, which teases another sequel, feels more like a commercial decision than a narrative necessity. In summary, The Old Guard 2 is a film that had the potential to expand on its predecessor's themes and characters, but ultimately falls into the trap of many sequels: more spectacle, less substance. While it may entertain those looking for action and familiar faces, it lacks the depth and coherence needed to make it a memorable addition to the franchise. So, that's my review of The Old Guard 2, and I'm giving it 2.5 stars out of a maximum of 5 stars. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed what you've heard, please like, subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time at Mediocre Movie Reviews.